Hi, I'm Tyler Vanderplug, and I'm here at OFC 2024, back again with Koji Okamoto. And now last year, Koji, you were telling us about Viavi TPA. You were just introducing this to us, and it sounds like you've been up to a lot this past year, rolling out a lot more things. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, first of all, good to see you again.
You
Has
too.
it been a year?
For sure.
Yes. Yeah, we spent a lot of time in the last 12 to 18 months on this whole test process automation concept, TPA we call it. It's all about increasing the efficiency and repeatability and consistency of workforce and testing, because it was challenging for the customers across the world in many market verticals, because workforce is very shrinking, and knowledge is kind of spurred across, and need for more fiber is continuing to increase because everything is connected to fiber and so on. So we were honored to actually win the award this year related to TPA with the Lightwave innovation. So last year we focused a lot more on the FTTH last mile, more the technician who goes to the home. But this year I think we focus a lot more on the fiber construction and acceptance tests, because that volume is continuing to increase around the globe.
So what does that mean in terms of instruments? Last year, like you said, with Last Mile PON, you talked about what actually, the tests that you perform at the home. What are the things and the kind of tests and the instruments that are rolled out into TPA now that you can do with construction?
Good question. So two areas the most. Actually, one of them is also here, winning the award, which is the inspection, the new INX. We're super excited about this tool. And this was really developed around the trend of the more dense connectors, we call very small form factor, and multi-fiber trend. It used to be maybe the MPO and 12 fiber, but that's expanding to different MMC connectors, other very small form factor, because customers trying to shrink the footprint it takes to have more dense fiber connections into the central office and the data centers. So this is natively, not only it's great on its own inspection, but natively TPA ready, so that it's into the ecosystem for sending the labels, pass fill criteria come back, and you can see the results and so on into the cloud. So for the manager, for example, or even the prime contractor can track the progress of the subs. Right? The other piece we have here is the OTDR side. So IORL, bidirectional OTDR, has been a very big trend as well in the space, because of the more pristine fiber connections needed for higher transmission speed, as an example, 400 gig and so on across the data center interconnect and other service provider space, including even the dark fiber providers. We see a lot more need for the bidirectional test. So our Fiber Complete solution, we call Fiber Complete Pro, now it's allow us to do a test for the bidirectional test, and one being the master, so that all the parameters, the configuration gets sent remote device through the fiber under test. You do the testing, result gets sent back, and single unit can see the results. And this is a game changing, because traditional way is you test bidirectional from both sides, and you have to post-process in another software. So by the time you get the results, you're not there. So in this case, you get everything sent. Before you leave, you know for sure if it's good or not good. So that has been a game changer for us. And the other piece I would say, it's not really, let's say just per instrument per se, is the scale. The number of fiber you need to test has dramatically increased, and we made the TPA to be more scalable for very high fiber count bulk testing. So in the hyperscaler space and service provider space, I would say those are tens or hundreds. Hyperscaler space is thousands. So in order for our hyperscale customers around the globe to turn up the data centers and so on, they require more scalable and manageable tools and processes. So that's what we enable now this year.
So last year we talked about last mile. You're telling us now a high volume construction and even more extreme high volume in the data center. Yeah. The momentum keeps going. That's really exciting. Yeah. Well, thanks a lot, Koji. I always appreciate it. For more information, you can visit us online at viavisolutions.com/TPA or contact your local sales representative.